Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be giving my transfer thoughts for Game Week 3. So I have a few players that I'm looking to bring in this week, and this is going to result in a -4. Um, because I've actually already made one change, which is I've sold Jared Bowen for Yao Pedro of Chelsea. But before we drive in, if you're enjoying the content, just make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. It pushes the algorithm, and this also just so, you won't miss any of these videos. Anyways, let's get right into it. So the first thing on on my transfer thoughts is to sell Cole Palmer. So unfortunately, I know Cole Palmer was in my last video where I thought he was going to be a bounce back pick, but let me first of all throw myself that my bounce back picks were absolutely horrendous. I finished 0 for 4. But to my defense, I was unlucky. Palmer got injured, Odegaard got injured, and Anthony Gordon got a red card. All happened in the first half or before the game. So I would use those things to consider to console myself. But anyways, I digress. So yes, I do plan on selling Cole Palmer this week. He did, like I just mentioned, he got injured in the last game in the warm up before West Ham, and Esteval came in and put in a man of the match performance, and Chelsea really slapped West Ham. So the two players I'm considering. The first would be Brennan Johnson. So pretty much, he first of all, one thing I like about Brendan Johnson is that he's a differential. He's 7% owned, and what I think he's been what I've noticed about him is how central he is compared to the likes of Kudus. He scored in both fixtures, and between those two fixtures, he's had 4 shots. Two of them were in the box, two of them were in both on target, and both of them were goals. So pretty much, he's been really efficient with his shooting. So basically, his two big chances that he's had in the first two games were goals. The only thing that I kind of worry about is that like he's been subbed off before the 80th minute mark. So the first game I think he was subbed off in the 77th minute, and the second game in like the 79th minute, if I'm correct. But he's one that I'm seriously considering. Like again, I like his next fixture. He's at home to Bournemouth. Tottenham have looked really good under Thomas Frank in these first two games. So yes, so that's why I am considering Brennan Johnson. The second player I am considering is Ismaila Sarr. So, first of all, with Sarr, I like his next three fixtures. He has Aston Villa, Sunderland, and West Ham coming up. Um, Villa haven't looked their best. Sunderland, the newly promoted side, and West Ham are just look awful. And against Villa, he actually has a very good record against Aston Villa. In the last two games, he's got 3 goals and an assist. And in his last 5 games, he's got 7 goals and 3 assists. So this is a team that he actually enjoys playing against. And with the departure of Eze to Arsenal, I think that he's got more of the attacking onus is going to fall on him. And this Villa fixture would be a perfect fixture for him because of the high line that they play. Villa play a pretty high line, and Crystal Palace can exploit that on the transition. But the only thing I'm worried about is that earlier today he played in the Conference League qualifiers, and he played all 90 minutes. So the only thing I worry about that he may be a little bit fatigued. Th- and the only thing about that also is that like Villa, um, Aston Villa Crystal Palace is the final game of the game weekend. It's late on Sunday, so hopefully he'll be fully recovered, fully fit, and ready to go for the next game. So those are the two players I'm considering for my midfield because I plan to remove Cole Palmer. He's top of my list to sell between now and when game week 3 starts. So pretty much I'm just waiting for some press conferences as well before I make those moves. But it's gonna be one of these two. I haven't made a decision yet. When I do make a decision, I'll post my team up for you guys to see. Anyways, so that's it with midfielders with Cole Palmer replacements. The next up would be to replace my bench fodder of Mark Gui. He's been benched in both games. Like, there's no point. I was hoping that he would get some starts, but I mean, and again, he started midweek in Carabao, so which means he's unlikely to start in the next game. So, there's no point. There's no point in me keeping him. And the first person that I'm considering, obviously, Chris Wood. His next opponent is a horrendous West Ham side. He's actually a player if I bring in, he's actually, I'm very, very likely to bring him in. I would seriously consider captaining him because, like I said, West Ham just look absolutely awful. Like they've looked even since preseason, they've just looked bad. He got 2 goals in his opening game against Brentford. West Ham, they've conceded 12 shots on target and given up 9 big chances in 2 matches. Like, so, Chris Wood will be licking his lips looking at that defense, and he's got good creative players behind him like Elliot Anderson and Morgan Gibbs White. And then he has like Callum Hudson-Odoi that provides width as well. In addition to that, he's had 4 shots on target, 4 shots in the box. I'm sorry, both of them with 2 on target, and one of the big chances, one of them was a big chance which he scored. So he's definitely one I'm definitely looking at, one I'm seriously considering. Um, and for those obvious reasons. And finally, my last pick consideration is Victor Gyökeres. He's he finally got his goals against Leeds. Scoring a brilliant goal for Arsenal's third, and getting his brace with a penalty. And I think the thing with Victor Gyökeres is that now he with Saka and Havertz both out, it solves 2 problems. The first problem is he's nailed on for minutes. There's no thinking like, oh, is he and Havertz going to rotate? No, he's going to start now because he's their only striker. Even though I didn't really think he'll ever rotate with Havertz as much, I thought just my own personal opinion that Arteta will probably use Havertz more in midfield this season. That's just my opinion. I don't know. It's just my own personal opinion. I'm not saying that he's going to. It's just a thought. But anyways, back to the point. And with Bukayo out, it means he's definitely on penalties. I expected him to be on penalties regardless whether Saka was there or not. But Saka being out just confirms that he's nailed on for penalties. Yes, his fixture list isn't the best, but he faces Liverpool next, and Liverpool defensively have looked very, very shaky. They've conceded 7 big chances, with Konate looking like his mind is in Real Madrid. So I think there's an opportunity there for Gyökeres to exploit, especially um with Konate's form. I think Konate will be an easy target for him, and hopefully we should see a good game. We should see a good game on Sunday when I think it's Sunday that they meet, but whenever they meet. So there you have it. Those are the 4 players I'm looking at. So basically Brennan Johnson, Ismail Sarr, Chris Wood, Victor Gyökeres. Each of them has their own upside. So I don't know. So I'm definitely bringing in one of those 2 of those 4 because I am taking the -4. Like that. That's definitely gonna happen. So well, I don't know who you guys are considering. So whoever you are, just let me know in the comments. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. For more of this, for more content like this. And once again, I just want to say thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for supporting the channel, and happy, and I wish you all the best in your game week. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.